So today I wanted to talk about failure and why I think it can be a good thing. If you're joining for the first time, thank you for jumping in. I am Hauwa Aguillard. I am a product designer who loves to talk about product, design, and personal growth in hopes that you'll be inspired to live a life of a learner as I do, build better products, and inspire others to do the same. Failure is a part of life, and many of us, if not all of us, have experienced failure at some point in our lives. Now, what is failure really, and why are we so afraid to fail? I must be the first to admit that I hate the sting of failure. And I think that some people are afraid of failure because it makes them look bad. They feel deep shame. Sometimes it feels like you have let others down, and it can cost so much time and money. And the list can go on and on and on. While all of the above might be true and a tough pill to swallow, plus the fact that failure is also a part of life, I do believe that because of failure, we are better able to define success, whatever that might look like. And I think a lot of that is also highly dependent on our perspective and attitudes towards failure. Now, let me tell you a story of a man, and for the sake of this story, I will call him Bob. Bob changed my perspective towards failure. I used to look at failure as a bad thing and would do anything in my power to avoid it. In some cases, it meant that I had set an unattainable standard for myself to live by, which in itself is a self-defeating purpose. But on the other hand, there was Bob, and he was never going to let what looked like failure stop him from showing others how to define success and why failure can be a good thing. Bob was never afraid to dive headfirst whenever an obstacle seems to be headed his way. In fact, what others might define as failure, Bob took that opportunity to dig deeper and open his inner student to learn why it didn't work the first time. He decided to take a scientific approach to really understand why, learn from it, and show others what not to do from his experience. Bob did not keep those experiences to himself, but instead pulled others in with excitement because he now knows what not to do in order to focus on what to do. Going through this gruesome process, Bob developed a deeper understanding of his problem space, a rare perspective towards looking upon failure as a teacher. Through doing, that is his experience, he has shown others why it is important to have a different perspective and attitude towards failure. Now, Bob in this story is my dad. I am certainly humbled by his experiences and his teachings on having a different attitude towards what seems like failure. I used to be the type of person that would look at failure as the ultimate death in life and not as a teacher. But now I see failure as a teacher and welcome it as the moment to exercise courage, get feedback, and the moment to redefine what success looks like. I understand better that failure is good because it helps us define how courageous, determined, grounded we are, helps us grow and mature as humans. It also helps define what success looks like. And in business or design, it eventually saves us time and money in the long run. Killed by Google is another example that I can think of at the moment that has definitely helped me with reframing failure as a process of elimination to focus on the important stuff. So for those who are not familiar, Killed by Google is a list of projects Google started and had paused for one reason or another. And I think some made it to the general public and others didn't. I'm not too sure on that. But it's essentially a list of projects made by Google that has been paused. Now, how all of this translates to product and product design is essentially learning more about your customers and how they evolve with the products that we build. You might spend a whole month building a feature or a product that gets paused for one reason or another. For me, I have learned that becomes an opportunity to learn, document my findings for the next person, figure out what went wrong and how to potentially fix it the next time. And other times when a feature or a product gets paused, it just means not yet. And because I took the moment to learn and document my process and learnings, it becomes easier to come back to it and build from where the team left off. That is my 2 cents on why failure is a good thing. Now let me know how you handle failure and what is your perspective on that, and maybe share a few experiences yourself to help others grow in the comment section below. If you're interested in more content like this, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, and join the channel by subscribing and tapping on the notification icon so you know when I roll out a new video. See you next time.